fun? Yes. Micky, you ready to get radical?
Yes.
Are you ready to have the FBI open a file in your name? Now, I made that joke for years, but I've reached a point in my life where I can be in a bookstore giving a talk filled with people that the FBI won't be opening a single new file. They'll just be adding to all these existing files, ever-growing files.
We're opening one on them.
There we go. How great is my life? Speaking of that, let me just quickly take a couple of segues here. I've been doing this a long time, and it has long been a dream of mine to connect with a radical community with whom I can share and learn and let out this type of information that I've been accessing for the longest time. So to stand here in this crowded bookstore is, without a doubt, a dream come true. And I find that in this crazy world that if one of your dreams come true, you should acknowledge it publicly and make a point of letting everyone know. So thank you for being here and being a part of it. In case you don't know, my name is Micky-z, and I'm here to recruit you. And one quick point too, today is 3 years to the day of the devastating earthquake in Haiti, so let's send out some solidarity and love to the folks down there still recovering. I'm going to segue into a personal point before I go any further. As some of you know, this past October 1st, my father passed away. And this is the first chance that I've had to do a public event in which I could acknowledge him and dedicate the presentation to him and the role that he played, directly or indirectly, in me being up here. And also, when I spoke to Blue Stockings about doing this event back in November, they pretty much said at the time January was pretty open, so I very specifically chose this date because today is 5 years to the day that my mom passed away. And I can't even begin to calculate the impact they had on me in terms of loving animals and being able to be up here and do this. So I just want to take a minute to say thank you to both of them for teaching me amazing lessons of love, strength, and compassion. When one of Bruce Springsteen's band members passed away a couple of years ago, he wrote the following: "Those you are with in the presence of miracles, you never forget. Life does not separate you. Death does not separate you." So let's create some miracles here today. Now, how many vegans do we have in Blue Stockings here tonight? Let me see some peace signs for the vegans here. Keep your hands up. Everybody else get out. I'm just kidding. We vegans are a very welcoming group about half the time.
When you're not being fed.
Vegans, I got a question for you. You ready for a question?
Yeah.
I said, are you ready for a question, vegans?
Yes.
Where do you get your protein?
I don't know.
So my answer now,
They
I just
cheat.
decided to get obnoxious about it. Say, does it look like I
They
don't
go
get
to
enough
belly.
fucking protein? Hello. So I told you I was going to curse.
That's okay.
How many people in here identify as an animal rights activist? Let me see a raised fist. And how many people in here identify as an occupier? Can I see some fingers? Look at that.
Which finger?
For those not familiar with Occupy, obviously rumors of the demise have been greatly exaggerated. So let's do this once again. Occupiers meet the animal rights activists. Animal rights activists meet the vegans. Vegans meet the occupiers. And let's start tonight breaking down the artificial barriers between us and recognize the reality that if we work together, we are that much more unstoppable. Now, along those lines, some of the goals I want to hit tonight is to get folks to think about the issue of what they eat in a revolutionary lifestyle. And those who've already made that change perhaps have come up with better ways or other ways to explain why this is a revolutionary lifestyle. And I want to continue the introductions here. Because as many of you know, I am a survivor. I survived 12 years of Catholic school.
Oh, poor guy.
And if you go to 12 years of Catholic school, you spend a lot of time in church. And if you spend time in church, but there's one thing I learned in church that I still use at all my talks here today. So I'm going to ask each and every one of you in the room to find someone you don't know and shake hands. Say hello, hug, kiss, exchange phone numbers, maybe do the church thing and say, peace be with you. So indulge me for 5 or 10 seconds.
Henry.
Mackenzie.
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 Yes.
Okay, Joseph.
Sherman.
Sherman. Okay, Sherman.
Oh, look at that.
See, that's not too bad, right?
Joseph?
All right, enough introduction. Now, I would venture to guess that's probably even better than Facebook, but that's me. And we will pass around the hand sanitizer in a little bit. But just a minute ago, I was standing up here in front of an audience, and now I am standing up here as part of a community. And as most of you know, that's how easy it is. And since we're all on a first-name basis, I guess I should warn you that tonight's event has not been approved by the Department of Homeland Security. So you're all listening at your own risk. And that's not a joke. It's not a joke. Couple of quick announcements. I do have some books here for sale. You can talk to this guy afterwards.